This was like a fake podcast.
Speeding sound recording.
Rolling. Cam is rolling.
Okay.
Okay, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good. So I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
First question is, would you prefer a partner who's built, successful, already, or someone you can build with, and why?
Okay. So, would I prefer a partner that's already built or someone I can build with? Right now on social media, it's a lot of people saying that they want somebody that already comes pre-built, but I think there's a certain level of trust. There's a certain level of okay. I don't want to say that. I'm trying to be careful on words. Can I start over? I'm nervous. Okay. Let me gather my thoughts. Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna ask you the question again. You gonna repeat after me, okay?
Okay.
So, would you prefer a partner who's built successfully, already, or someone you can build with, and why?
So, would I prefer a partner who's already successful or someone?
You good? You good?
Yeah.
I heard every time you tap, type, talk. Every day.
Still rolling.
All right, rolling.
Okay. All right. Go
All
ahead.
right, I'm gonna ask you again. Would you prefer a partner who's built successfully? Who's built successful already, or someone you could build with, and why?
Okay, so would I prefer a partner who's already successful or would I prefer to build with somebody? So I feel like there's a lot of things going on around social media and a lot of people feel like they want a partner that's already built. But for me, I find out the bond grows a little bit more better when you guys build with somebody because then you get to know anybody. When it comes to entrepreneurship, like you see, there's different emotions that you go through. You go through being upset, you go through being happy, you go through being, sad and things like that. You get to see somebody at every element. So I feel like the bond actually becomes closer and becomes stronger when you grow with somebody. However, if you already are successful, I can see why you would want to date somebody successful already. It just depends on what you're used to. I feel like people should just do what's best for them and not really focus on social media. Me personally, when I first started my journey, I thought I wanted somebody who was already successful, but I feel that now I like somebody who would grow with me. How's that? Somebody calling my phone.
Balance ambition and love. Do you ever question if your drive pushes people away?
How do I balance ambition and love? I feel like there is a art to it. I feel like I haven't quite mastered it yet, but you have to be intentional when you are dating, especially as an entrepreneur. So I try to be upfront and honest. I let them know like it's going to be long nights, it's going to be early mornings. You might miss some texts and stuff like that. And I'm just like on a mission. And if that person really likes me, we'll be on the same page. That's why I feel like it's better for you to date. Me personally, I feel like I'd rather date other entrepreneurs because they tend to understand me more. So I mean, it's all about finding a supportive partner.
All right, pause.
Does that sound relatable or no?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so even though it went out of frame, and post with Opus, it's gonna reframe her anyway. Or should I?
No, you good. You good. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even though like she went out of that box.
Yep.
So he was pointing out that when you leaned over,
Mm-hmm.
you went out of the box. Like it's a frame right here that he was trying to keep you framed.
So you want me to stay like this?
No.
No,
Okay.
you're fine. I was just telling you that's what he was talking about.
Okay.
All right.
So can I move or
Yeah,
not?
you can move.
Okay.
You can move. All right. Next one. All right. If your partner earned less than you or had a lesser career, how would that affect you dynamic? How would that affect your dynamic, if at all?
So if my partner earned less than me, how would that affect our dynamic? I feel like as a woman, you can influence any man that you're around. So if you're more expensive, if he really likes you, he's just going to get more money. So it's no point in I don't think that it's about where somebody is going, not where somebody is. So if he's willing to, improve his life, if he's willing to figure out how we can add to our resources and stuff like that, so we can both live the life that we desire, I wouldn't see an issue with it. I think my thing is women tend to forget how much power of influence they really have, and they feel like that when they meet a man where he is, that's where he has to stay. And I just don't agree with that. I feel like if you're really that girl, you can influence him to be what you need him to be.
Why do you think creative entrepreneurs are rarely taken as seriously as logical or conventional business people?
Why do I feel like creative? Okay, let me start over. Can you ask me one more time? I'm sorry.
Why do you think creative entrepreneurs are rarely taken as seriously as logical or conventionally business people? I'm adding to it.
It's okay. Why are creative entrepreneurs taken less seriously than logical entrepreneurs? I feel as though a lot of people don't understand how much money creativity can actually make, because we've been taught that you need to get a serious job, you need to do a serious business to make money. But we don't understand that everything around us is built out of creativity, whether it be marketing, whether it be actually building things such as like brick and mortar businesses, products, everything is creativity first. So if people kind of come out of the mindset of something that has to be serious or it's going to make money, then that's typically what I gotta read, because I'm just like rambling. I run it back, because I probably should have read them over, but I thought I would do good, like just on the spot. Okay. Alrighty.
You want to read the question?
Yes. Alrighty.
Why do you think creative entrepreneurs are rarely taken as seriously as logical or conventional business people?
So I feel like creative entrepreneurs aren't taken as serious as logical or serious entrepreneurs, because people don't find that they can make money off of their art, off of their hobbies. So I feel like creative entrepreneurs, whatever they're doing, is looked at more of as a hobby than a need that we need in life. However, oh my God. All right, one more time. I know what I want to say, but I'm trying to find the words to say it.
Why do you think creative entrepreneurs are rarely taken as seriously as logical or conventional business people?
Why do I think that creative entrepreneurs aren't taken as serious as logical or conventional entrepreneurs? Is because when we think about creativity, most people think of it as a hobby. They think of it as something to do for fun, not realizing that creativity started everything. So when it comes to marketing, when it comes to products, when it comes to building things, all that takes creativity. So in school, we're taught that we need to take the creativity out of things, not realizing creativity is what created everything in the first place. So I feel like if more creative entrepreneurs figure out how to turn their creativity into a need, it will be taken more seriously instead of a hobby.
Okay, good. How do you create without fear of someone not liking your work?
How do I create without fear of somebody not liking my work? This is such a funny question, because I actually had a speaking engagement, and a young lady asked me that before. She asked me like, how do I get people to take me seriously, or what do I do when people don't like my work? And what I told her was, it doesn't matter if people don't like your work, you have to find your tribe. Like, not everyone is going to like your art, and that's okay, because art is subjective. Some people like it, some people don't, but you'll find your tribe. So just focus on doing what you love, and the people who like what you love will follow you. You don't need everyone to like you. All you need is your own special little group, and you'll be just fine. So I don't really focus on that.
Good. Okay. What was one financial mistake you made early on that still haunt you, or taught your brutal lesson?
It's ChatGPT.
Yeah,
I know. If you say extra stuff, I could just say what my biggest financial mistake. Okay. So what was my biggest financial mistake as a entrepreneur? So as an entrepreneur, my biggest financial mistake was not having a budget, not having a specific plan. So the difference between being a creative and then being a creative entrepreneur is you have to add business strategies and elements to your creativity to make it work. And I was more so thinking of creative. I'm thinking I just want to create. I just want to do this. I want to do that, but not realizing like how much money am I spending? I have to make sure I make this money back and stuff like that. So I would say it would be budgeting. You have to have a budget budget. You have to have the funds, like obtaining the funds. Once you have the knowledge, the credit score, and how to work with the banks is easy. But knowing what to do with it is the hard part, and knowing how to, delegate that properly so you can make it back. So budgeting, budgeting is the biggest mistake that I've made, and I think that it's the biggest mistake that a lot of early entrepreneurs do make as well.
Okay. How do you respond when someone accuses you of being a scammer or taking shortcuts?
How do I respond when somebody accuses me or some of my colleagues of being scammers for selling courses, for selling information, things like that? I respond with, I spent $2,500 on my first course, which taught me how to make $140,000 in a year. And I still buy courses to this day. If it's something that I don't know how to do, I'd rather just go ahead and pay for that information instead of trying to search on the internet or something like that, or just throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Because sometimes you need to just have a helping hand, and why should somebody give you that helping hand for free when they had to go through so much to do it and invest in themselves to get to that point as well? So I mean, I just tell you that people like that, like, you don't want to be successful anyway. If you're scared to spend a little bit of money, which is going to come right back, then you're not ready to be an entrepreneur, because you're going to spend money regardless anyway. So you might as well spend it on something that you need.
What's the dumbest piece of business advice you ever followed?
What's the dumbest piece of business advice that I ever followed? The dumbest advice that I ever followed is that I needed to be like everyone else. I needed to copy what everyone else was doing was successful. So when I first started my journey, when I first started my themed houses, everyone was saying like, oh, I should make it regular. I need to make it basic because that's what everyone's buying, such and such and such. And I thought I had to be like everyone else to be successful. But being different is actually what made me more successful, because you can't find what I offer anywhere else. So sometimes people are trying to instill their fears in you, and they feel like something like that wouldn't work for me, so it's not gonna work for you. So the dumbest advice I ever took was, that I should copy someone else or I'd be like someone else, and that's not the case.
When you started, did people support you or they doubted you?
When I started, did people support me or did they doubt it? I feel like when I first started, a lot of people doubted me, especially because what I was doing was different. It was something new I was bringing to the city. They didn't quite understand it. And then at that, they just didn't take me seriously as an entrepreneur because I am a creative, things like that. But after a while, I just stayed consistent and I just stayed dedicated to what I was offering. And after a while, when people keep seeing like you're being serious about yourself, they'll start taking you more serious. So you have to take yourself serious first if you want others to take you serious.
All right. Did you ever feel like you outgrew certain friends or family because of your success?
Did I ever feel like I outgrew certain friends and family because of my success? I feel like even before the success, I feel like I started to outgrow different people, because once you start to expand your mind, once you start to experience other things and stuff like that, and you try to take it back to your old life, sometimes it just doesn't resonate, and that's okay. At first, I kind of felt bad about it because I'm like, is this really who I am, or am I trying to portray something that I'm not because of how I grew up and who I grew up around? But then you have to realize when you grow as a person, sometimes things around you don't quite fit anymore, and that's okay. You have to focus on where you're going, not where you came from. If whoever was in your life before doesn't want to move forward with you, then you have to just be okay with that. It's just not their path in life. Is that good? Am I doing good?
Yes.
Okay. Because I can't tell if I'm rambling or not.
No, it's natural.
Okay.
What's something about making money as a creative that shocked you?
What's something about making money as a creative that shocked me? So what shocks me is how easy it is to actually make money when you implement it in something that people need. So before, I was kind of struggling because I didn't have a concept around what I was trying to sell. I just knew that I wanted to create things I wanted, but I didn't have a real reason why somebody would buy exactly what I wanted to create. So when I started to build things that people are already needing, already wanting into my creativity, it became easier and the money started to flow. So I just put my creativity in things that people already needed and made it more so about them instead of it just being about my art that I was trying to give to the world.
All right, next one is, what's your take on people calling entrepreneurs scammers when they're just when they just failed to do the work.
So what's my take on people calling entrepreneurs?
Go ahead.
So what's my take on calling people entrepreneur? Oh shit.
Take a breath.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so what's my take on people calling entrepreneurs scammers when they just fail to do the work? So I believe that a lot of people are just focused on what they see on social media and they're focused on fast results. I don't necessarily think that most entrepreneurs, especially entrepreneurs that are heavy online, are scammers. I think that they fail to tell people the real work that it takes to be an entrepreneur. So yes, I can get you the funding. Yes, I can help you open a business, but the real meat and potatoes of it is actually running a business, scaling a business, marketing a business, stuff like that. So we tend to leave all that out, so people get businesses and then they don't understand what it takes to actually grow and maintain that business. So when people fail, they start to blame the entrepreneur that they was following, that put them there and stuff like that, because they're not realizing like maybe you just wasn't meant to run a business. Like getting a business and starting a business is not the hard part. It's about continually showing up for that every single day. So I feel like a lot of people tend to project instead of looking within themselves and figuring out like, well, what did I do wrong? Because if somebody else is being successful at it, I could be successful at it as well. But am I doing the same thing, or did I just think I was going to buy a course and I was going to be rich tomorrow?
Okay. Have you ever felt like your success intimidated someone you dated?
Have I ever felt like my success intimidated somebody that I've dated? I don't necessarily feel that way, because I feel like once you start getting to a certain level, you start to only attract what you are anyway. So maybe at first, when I was first coming into myself, I felt like people may have, had a certain concept of me in their mind and stuff like that. But after a while, like I feel like if you intimidated, and I mean, I don't know how to answer that question. Actually, can we go to the next one?
Yeah.
Because that's oh my God.
Go 50-50 in a relationship. What does that reality mean?
That's not the question. You went to the top. Stop playing. That's not the question. Go to the back.
What's your biggest unpopular? I got you, man.
Go ahead, so you can focus on her and the question, and I can focus on that.
Okay.
You get comfortable, sir. It's cool because we don't want you to be stiff. We want you to be as comfortable, but we adjust as you get comfortable.
Okay, I just don't want to like make it harder than it gotta be.
Us.
Yeah, you do your thing. Hey, ready?
Yeah.
What's your biggest unpopular opinion about entrepreneurship?
What's my biggest unpopular opinion about entrepreneurship? Me personally, I would say not everybody is cut out to be an entrepreneur. I love the culture that we're in right now, where we're inspiring people to follow their dreams. We're letting people know that financial freedom is possible and stuff for the average person. But I do truly feel that not everyone is cut out to be an entrepreneur, because it's not everything that you see online. It's not like the fancy cars. It's not the six-figure bank accounts. It's not all that. It's the work that you put in. It's the continuously learning. It's the continuously growing. It's the not having time to have fun with your friends and family. It's the sacrifice. This is a lot of things that we don't portray online, because we want to portray it to be like this great lifestyle, this easy thing, when it's not. So I really feel like not everyone is cut out for that, even though you don't want to tell people like, oh, you're not cut out for whatever you think your dream is. I just feel like it's really not for everyone. Everyone can't emotionally, spiritually, mentally take on being an entrepreneur, and that's okay.
What was your What was your I made it moment? The first time you felt proud of yourself.
What was the I made it moment for me? For me, you would think it would be like just the making money and the acknowledgement, but the I made it moment for me was when a year after I opened my first content house, when I started looking at my reviews, and I had all 5-star reviews, and what the people were saying in those reviews, they were saying how the house made them feel, how they connected with their partner, the pictures that they took, and how they enjoyed themselves. That was what I was trying to portray when I was building my theme houses, when I was building my sets and stuff like that. And the fact that I actually got that message across to a bunch of strangers over 100 strangers at that, that was my aha moment. I made it moment because it just was so close to me that they were able to pick up my message.
Okay. What's the biggest myth people believe about making money as a creative?
What's the biggest myth that people believe about making money as a creative entrepreneur? I feel like the biggest myth that people may have, what's the biggest myth that people believe as making money as a creative? I feel like a lot of creatives think that they can't make money because whatever they're doing was called a hobby. So I feel like a lot of people don't understand that anything that you do, you can turn into something else. It doesn't have to be exactly what you're doing. So if you're doing photography, you don't have to just take pictures of people. You can start a company and take pictures for your company. You can start a nonprofit and take pictures for your nonprofit. There's certain ways to get around what you're trying to do so you can actually make money. So I feel like the biggest myth is, okay, I'm a photographer, I have to just be a photographer. Okay, I'm a makeup artist, I have to just be a makeup artist. No, you could do multiple things at one time, but using that skill to actually make money.
What's something you healed from that made you unstoppable?
What's something that I healed from that made me unstoppable? So I would say, and I'm still healing from this now, is the need of validation, the need of people to validate what I'm trying to do or what I'm saying and what I'm doing. So when you start to not care, when you start to not care and just do it anyway, it's like it's a sense of power in that, because then you're not stopping yourself. You're not thinking about like, what if it doesn't work out? What if people don't like this? You're just doing, and eventually it's going to pan out because you're not stopping yourself from ever taking that first step in the first place. So for me, like giving up giving up people understanding what I'm trying to do and validating it and understanding my ideas and stuff like that really freed me from waiting on others to give me the okay to do something. So now I just do. If it works out, it works out. If it don't, it doesn't. But I don't internalize that as everybody's going to think I'm stupid or everybody's going to think this was dumb. I really don't care. I'm just going to move on to the next thing until I find what works for me.
What version of you had to die for the version to be born?
So what version of me had to die for this version to be born? So the version of me that had to die was procrastination and laziness. So when it comes to being an entrepreneur, like when it comes to being a creator, we not, as creators, sometimes we move in our own time and stuff like that. Sometimes we a little here and there, but I had to really like buckle down. I had to learn, like, I got to be on time for stuff. I got to be on top of things. I got to look at numbers. I got to be stern. I can't always help people out and stuff like that. So I had to become like a stronger, more confident business person. I can't just say, oh, I'm just an artist. I'm not just an artist anymore. I'm an artist and I'm a business owner. So I had to become a little bit more logical along with my creativity. It's more questions.
Last one.
Okay.
Do you ever get tired of being the strong one?
Do I ever get tired of being the strong one? So I feel like I sometimes do get tired of being the strong one because, again, it's like when you've been a certain way your whole life, it does take a toll on you. However, I am a firm believer that the Most High would not give me anything that I couldn't handle in the first place. So even though I do get tired of it, I know that I'll prevail and get through those things because it's in me, not on me.
Okay, last question.
Uh,
So 50-50 in a relationship, what does that really mean to you? And do you think it's realistic?
Okay, so when it comes to this 50-50 conversation, my take on the 50-50 conversation is that, and I'm going to take this back to even with my business and me leading a team, like sometimes, even though they get 50% of whatever profit we make, sometimes I'm doing 80% of the work, sometimes they're only doing 20%, and sometimes they're doing 80% of the work, and sometimes I'm doing 20% of the work. So even when it comes to a relationship, it depends. I think that it should be day by day. Like sometimes one person might have to do more, and sometimes the other person might have to do more. It just depends on what works for you. I don't think that people should put these constructs on like how a relationship should be. I think that you should do what works for you, or even better yet, do what's working in the moment, because 50-50 might work in that moment that you're in right now, but then the next moment, the next day, 80-20 might work, 10-90 might work. It just depends. I feel like people should just do what's best for them. All right, what you think about? What you think? You think I did good? Anything I need to do over?
Yeah. Have you ever felt like your success intimidated someone you dated?
Uh,
Did you mess up on that one?
I don't know. Did I
You
re-answer
said
or did I
you
skip
didn't know
it?
how to answer that one.
Okay.
Was it? I don't know.
You want me to
That's
just
it.
do it?
No,
That's it.
that's it.
Okay. Did I
That
do
was pretty
good?
much
I
good,
don't know. I don't know. I
24
think that
minutes.
24 minutes.
25 even.
25.
All right, so you do an introduction. Hold on. Do an introduction of yourself.
Introduction.
Tell them about what this show is about to bring. Like creative cat. I know it's the test run, but I still want you to do it.
Okay.
Just to see.
It could be good.
Yeah, it could be good. You know what I mean?
All right.
Talk about creative cash, what you about to such and such. So you
Okay.
ready?
Hold on. Let me take a sip. Let me take a sip. All right, I'm ready.
All right. All right. You ready, Ben?
Camera set. Still rolling.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, my name is Siren Ray, and welcome to the Creative. Hi, my name is Siren Ray, and welcome to the Creative Cash podcast, where we talk about problems. Okay, let me think about what I'm gonna say. Okay.
Slow down. Relax.
Okay. Hi, my name is Siren Ray, and welcome to the Creative Podcast, where we talk about how creators can turn their cash. I didn't prepare for this.
It's okay. That's why it's a practice run.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
when that day come, you could do it. Because you most likely sometimes will always do it. But if you get it the first time, we can always plug that in before the.
Okay. Hi, my name is Siren Ray. Welcome to the Creative Podcast. I am the Creativepreneur, and we are. Hi, guys. My name is Siren Ray, the Creativepreneur. Welcome to the Creative Cash Podcast, where we talk about how creators can turn their hobbies into cash, or we showcase creators who've already done so and continue to do so to inspire you to turn your creativity in cash as well. Is that good?
Good.
Can I do it one more time? Can you slow it down
Okay.
about 20%? Because I feel like that was like rushed.
Okay, because I was trying to
Also,
hurry up.
You don't have to rush and say. You could be like, hey, hi, my name is
Siren.
my name is Siren, and then bam, say the next thing, and then bam, like 3 seconds in, like just pace yourself.
Okay, I'm just nervous. All right. Hi, my name is Siren Ray. I'm the Creativepreneur, and welcome to the Creative Cash Podcast, where we teach creators how to turn their hobbies into cash, where we showcase creators who've already done so and continue to do so we can inspire you to turn your creativity into cash as well.
That was more clear.
That was clear?
Same speed, but it was more clear.
All right, I'll try to slow down. Okay, I'll try to slow down. I'm just trying to get through it before I mess up. But, all right.
All right.
Hi.
Oh.
Go ahead. Did I go?
3, 2, 1.
Hi, my name is Siren Ray. I'm the Creativepreneur, and you're watching the Creative Cash Podcast, where we show creators how to turn their creativity into cash and showcase creators who have already done so and continue to do so to inspire you to turn your creativity into cash as well. Is that better?
That was good.
Okay.
That was perfect. So I guess we're done. So
We're
now-
done? I feel so goofy.
It felt natural. It really felt natural.
It felt natural?
So rushed.
Cut. You want some pictures?
All right, that's a cut.
Yeah,